Fight fans, here we go. SparStar Promotions is proud to present the re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the flyweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Mexigoods, a sweet thing, Mexigoods.com. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Rafael Davis. And now, introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing black trunks. He is training out of Doom Squad in Costa Mesa by way of Indio. He weighed 125 pounds. His record, 1 win, 2 losses. With that win, coming by way of stoppage, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Gary Antihero Hernandez. His opponent across the cage on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks. He is training out of Team Body Shop in Hawaiian Gardens by way of Whittier. He weighed 125 pounds. His record, 1 win with no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Isaiah Spidey Perez. All right, fans, here we go. The re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the flyweight division.
We saw that they're thinking about opening up for a glove touch.
Yeah, that shows you the sportsmanship, but I guarantee you're both going to try to knock each other out.
Absolutely. It's just that one moment right there, and here we go.
Close stance, both orthodox, wasting no time.
Oh, right to the takedown.
Nice, like low single slash, like high C, because the head was on the outside. You see him going to the body lock. You got to be careful, though. The butterfly hook is actually very effective in this position. You need to cram in. You want the heel of your opponent to be towards their butt when you're in their butterfly guard, because they can lift you up, especially right now.
Right.
Transitioning a little more to half guard there, maybe trying to recover full guard. Gary is.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he has a good guard. He's got the leg coming high. You got to be careful, though, taking too much damage in these positions. Often it's going to be who has the far side underhook, top person or bottom person. If the bottom person has it, he can turn into the single.
Gary doing a good job moving around as well, not letting the fight stay in one place and giving his opponent a chance to kind of collect himself. Though he is now getting stacked up against the cage.
Or getting to the cage might be an advantage to him, because now he's going to be able to get up.
All right, absolutely. He can get his back to the wall and get that bottom knee up against the cage as well and really help him out.
Yeah, I would rather somebody be in mount or side control when I'm up against cage. Maybe full guard. Butterfly is difficult to get the leverage. So now when he's in mount, he can kind of step off the cage. Now he's giving up his back, though. Very dangerous.
And
got
that
the body
triangle in there.
2-on-1, great choice of a defense. Now you can slide your back to the mat and bring your elbow in between your opponent's body and your body, and it makes it very difficult for them to finish or hit you.
He's still working that 2-on-1 there. Good job defending the choking arm.
That body triangle is a great way to control, and it also reduces your opponent's ability to breathe. So restricting the air like that makes it hard for them to recover and concentrate.
Gary not giving his opponent any time to settle in. Great strategy when he's in such a bad position like that.
Yeah, Isaiah did a great job of peppering him the whole time in that position as well.
Absolutely.
Now,
and great control by Isaiah as well, the whole fight, from takedown to taking the back to the end.
He seems very calm. It does appear that there is some maybe bruising. Oh, no.
Some damage on the upper right forehead there.
But sometimes, too, that can be a birthmark, and that we maybe just didn't catch, because that seems to be a little bit greater than just at one area. Unless he caught a kick that we didn't see.
No, not that I think we missed out there.
That takedown was really quick.
Yes, it was.
I think you got to be a little bit smarter if you're Gary, closing the distance. You got to probably keep that space between you and your opponent. You know he's looking for the takedown.
So now he might be a little bit more prepared for it, but that can also play into Isaiah's advantage there, being able to now fake the takedown.
Right. You can see a little bit of damage on Gary on the upper chest and on the forehead. Let's see if they touch. I wonder if Gary touches this time.
Nope. And no touch this time.
Because that kind of gives you a distance and range. If you know someone's going to shoot, it's hard to pressure forward too much without giving up that takedown.
Gary, even knowing that, still coming forward.
Oh.
Good
Nice
sprawl,
sprawl.
though, and now
Nice
is taking
sprawl.
the back of his opponent.
Ooh.
2 hooks. You want to square up your upper body. You want your chest to be on that square on the upper back of your opponent. Look for a body triangle and trap that on. Isaiah doing a good job of coming underneath, but you got to be careful going into a triangle as you finish in that position. So he chose not to continue that motion because he would have went into a triangle choke. There's an arm bar. You can see Gary looking to do that high guard, that rubber guard almost, and if he would have been able to pull that over Isaiah's head, it would have gave him a good arm bar attack.
Right, now he's still sitting more like a low kind of guard on the hips there.
The referees did say in the back that they would stand it up if it went, if you were just holding down.
Right, I'd say right now both fighters are still pretty active, though.
No,
Watch the thumb and the eyeball, though.
well, when you make space between you and your opponent, your hand tends to be placed on the head, so anything could happen in that position.
Makes sense.
Ooh, good pass. Stepping over the mount. Now against the fence, if I was Gary, I would go parallel and step off. I wouldn't turn and give up my back again.
And maybe that's what he's feeling this time, is he doesn't want to turn away and accidentally end up in the same position he was at the end of round 1.
But if left leg steps on the fence and he kicks off, he'll end up on top. Especially because the legs are grapevine, so it kind of secures. You got to free one leg to be able to do that.
That's a great tactic. They're using that wall walk.
Yeah, if I'm a judge, I'm probably leaning towards Isaiah again in this round, even though he gave up the back in the beginning because he's in a mount in a dominant position and throwing strikes the whole time. So you kind of have to feel that you're down 2 rounds if you're Gary.
Probably at this point, yeah, especially after a round like that. And he started out great as well. Sprawling on the shot, taking the back.
I would have liked to seen him secure a body triangle and lock it in to where I think if he would have locked that body triangle, I don't think Isaiah would have gotten away as easy.
I agree with that as well.
Man.
Got to imagine what's running through their minds right now.
Well, he probably feels he's up 2, so that can give you a little bit of confidence and let you relax, which can get you in trouble.
Right. You still want to have a good sense of urgency because anything here could happen.
Yeah, and you can see Gary taking the instruction from his corner. They have a sense of urgency with their instruction right there. So we saw a glove touch in round 1, and we didn't see one in round 2. I doubt we're going to see it right now, but I bet you we'll see great sportsmanship after.
I agree with that. Right now they're locked in, and like you said, it's to Gary's advantage for a glove touch to maintain the space.
Yeah, because you want to keep that distance. Ooh, yep, definitely a good sense of urgency. When you're punching somebody lower than you, you want to bend your knees, though, because you don't want to be punching down, leaving your chin exposed. Ooh.
Oh, I think that was more of an off balance, though, than
Yeah, for sure. And you got to be careful because the up kick is completely legal there from the bottom guy. And
lacing up his legs a little bit there.
Looking for you can't do a heel hook, but you could definitely do a straight ankle lock. And now Gary needs to turn in and bring his right arm across. Nope, and he's almost giving up that back again. Isaiah's back control is really good. It's going to be very difficult for Gary to get out of this position. We already saw it in the first.
We can see that his left leg is coming across his belly. He may already have the body lock in as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Now, great job by Gary defending one hook just with his body positioning there. Isaiah not wasting any time throwing some strikes. The underhook now is in, Gary has the underhook, so he'd want to scoot out and turn into the single, going over the 3/4 mount, stepping over the mount. There's about 45 seconds left.
I feel they're starting to slow down just a little bit here, the lapse in the action, but now they're back at it.
Well, so if you're the bottom guy, you do want to clinch and control so you're not taking as much damage. But you definitely, that's the hard part, is trying to get out of the situation without exposing your back. And now you're in the body triangle, which is much harder to get out of than mount.
Right, and this is the second time in this round they've had to deal with this. So you got to imagine he's not having the easiest time trying to pull it out this way now that he's a little more fatigued.
Isaiah kind of sticking his tongue out there. You've got to be careful because if you do get punched with your tongue out, there is no mouthpiece on the bottom of your.
Right, you're going to bite your tongue.
But, I mean, definitely I feel he knows he's up on the scorecards. And now he's going to be 2-0 instead of 1-0.
Right.
There's the sportsmanship after the fight. And it can make it very exciting because you're either going to go to a 500 fighter or you're going to be, 2-0 and still undefeated. And when you're 2-0, you're a prospect.
Okay.
And when you're 1-1, just by one loss, it kind of changes everything. Gary looks extremely fatigued right now, choosing to sit down. That's why you always want to say, hey, how do we act after the round? Like, we want to get up, we want to move around, we don't want the judges to see us fatigued.
Right.
And very.
He's still having a good time there for the camera, at least.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually pretty cool to see that he's able to be relaxed. It's difficult because to everyone, we all fight for a different reason. Some people want to be famous. Some people want to be the best of all time. Some people want to protect themselves and loved ones against danger. And it's just a test for them. Figuring out what you fight for is something that you got to do early in your career so that you can have purpose when you train and you get more effective practices.
Very much so. If you step into that ring with no purpose, it ain't going to last long.
Yeah.
No. And both these guys had purpose tonight, that's for sure.
Tough guys make good guys look great. Man.
I'm willing to say both these guys are tough and pretty good.
Oh, yeah. They were both very, very tough. If Isaiah would have messed around for a second, he would have gotten in trouble there. Looks like we're sending it back to Jim, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our scorecards. We have our decision. All 3 judges cage side scored the bout 30-27 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision. He is still undefeated. The red corner, Isaiah Spidey Perez.
See, that's the sportsmanship that we talked about.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm here with your winner, Isaiah Perez. Congratulations, sir. We got to see a little bit of your grappling everywhere. Defense, offense, 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 offense. And I got to say, it's one of the first times I think I've seen somebody be on the ground and trip somebody and take their back. So a very impressive feat, sir. How did that fight go for you? Did it go according to plan?
I knew this guy was a striker, really good one at that, and really long range. Trying to get in with my punches. I kind of just rushed it and got straight into my wrestling, what I know. So, yeah, that was the game plan. Get some striking, take down, and hold him down, Try to get the finish, but maybe next time.
Hey, not for lack of trying. We saw you on that back for a good amount of time, but you got to show some of your striking when you were in mount. You were showing some excellent transitions all the way through. How were you able to maintain those positions even during duress?
Honestly, just my coaches. I got the best wrestling coach in SoCal, Antonio McKee, and AJ McKee, one of my best training partners. I mean, I don't even train with him. He's too big, but yeah, he's a beast. So just the body shop room is full of grapplers, and it's hard not to get good with your hips in that room, so.
I feel that. What is coming up next for you, sir?
I'm trying to get a fight card in November. Want to stay a lot more consistent than I was. I took a 2-year break after my first fight. So just want to get in there as soon as possible and keep it consistent. I want to look better in here for sure.
Well, I think the rest of the crowd wants to see you back in here sooner than later. Congratulations again, Isaiah Perez. Congratulations, sir.
So we're gonna look at some highlights from that fight. You can really choose the whole fight. It was great. You see the back control here, going right away for the finish, looking for that choke, following the hips right here, and punching, not just holding the back. Sometimes people will just hold on. He was literally using the strikes here to try to open up submissions.
And Gary doing a great job defending the whole time. Especially see right here on that sprawl and even taking the back of his opponent.
I think when we saw Isaiah in every position, you saw him swing go for a finish. And so you heard him talk about that in the interview. That's important to him. That makes him exciting, and it makes him very dangerous. Oh, wow. Both
the way for that head kick there.
Yeah. And I like how he never took his eyes off of Gary. He scooted back there and focused on him.
Not for a moment, hands up, watching him come forward, rolling onto his back, getting ready for the incoming punches.
November.